Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Thursday Thoughts with your favorite nurse, Empathy Nurse. And we're going to be talking today about eating meat versus not eating meat. It's a very controversial issue. People have made a decision that they're going to be completely vegan and not eat any meat or derive their protein from meat. And today, I'm going to share with you what I think. Here's my take. I take a more neutral point of view from this, and I think that whether you choose to eat meat, derive your protein from meat or from plant-based protein, it's really up to you. It's a choice, and whether you should derive your protein from plant sources or from animal protein, it's a choice, and it's a choice that's reserved for people who it's a first world problem, really, because over 60% of the rest of the world don't have that luxury. The animal ownership in a good number of a part of the population of the world is that's the main source of protein. That's a lot of times their wealth. And if you say if you have that debate with someone who doesn't have, say for instance, who lives in a third world country, and that's their only source of protein, it's more like an attack. It's an insult when you're telling them not to eat meat, because that's the only choice that they have. Right here in this country, there are people who live in what we consider food deserts, who don't even have that option of getting good healthy meat, or even fresh produce. So you're making an argument that they should abandon the only option that they have in preference of eating just vegetables. That's one thing. The second thing there is that there are people who have sensitivities to meat, and some people can't digest certain types of proteins, and because of that, they're left with the only option of eating or deriving their protein from animal or from plants. The third thing there that I want to highlight is the fact that there's a cycle of life, and in that cycle of life, you have to eat or be eaten. Life sources, whether if it's plants get their energy and their nutrition from microorganisms in the soil, and they grow up, and animals eat them, and then we eat the animals. It's a cycle. So there's no one way of one particular way of deriving your nutrition. You could choose to get your nutrition from plants, or you could choose to get your nutrition from proteins. It's really up to you. If it's whatever decision you choose, whatever influences that decision, that's a personal choice. I have an issue with people who try to force that belief on other people. The fourth and final point that I want to make when it comes to this issue is a lot of the meat that we eat in this part of the world is factory raised. And if you've watched any one of those videos or even the documentaries on, say, Netflix, you find out that the way these animals are raised are horrific. There's a lot of antibiotics that's injected into them. There's because of the stress that these animals go through, they have high cortisol in their bodies, and these chemicals are largely toxic to human beings. The human system, and when we consume, which we do, we consume copious amounts of factory-raised meat. The reason why we're having a lot of these chronic illnesses, not the fact that we're eating meat as a source of protein. If you go to other parts of the world where they also eat a lot of meat, but their meat is farm raised and organically raised, they're a lot more healthier than we are. So if you decide to get your protein from meat, I would encourage that you raise your meat. You know, raise your if you want to have a farm and in your backyard, maybe raise some chickens, some goats, and eat it so that you know that you have an organic source. You will be far more healthier than taking, completely eliminating animal protein from your diet. Animal protein, plant protein, we need both of them. And also, the ideal way to get your nutrition is through a balanced diet. When you eat a lot of burgers or a lot of processed meat, you expose yourself to illnesses. If you eat too much of plant protein, you become deficient of certain type of nutrients that you also need. The argument that we should not eat meat is a fallacy, it's a farce, and whether it's plant protein or animal protein, make sure that your source is organic and it's farm raised, and it's a controlled environment that the plant or the animal is raised. Once again, your empathy nurse. It's my pleasure to bring you my thoughts today on Thursday Thoughts. I'll be doing this every week. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.